Good Monday morning, everybody. Today is August 23rd, 2021. My name is Raheem Escalay, and this is episode Uno Willie Parker, 139 of 4-3 Sports Talk. Hope everybody's doing well on this Monday morning. I am currently in West Springfield. I was bothering some of the members of my family on my dad's side over here. And I decided also that I wanted to film here as well. West Side is the best side. It's like my second hometown, so to speak. In between my mom and my dad and all that other crazy shit growing up. Anyway, so for episode 139, what do I have for you? I have some news. I also brought the NFL back in a new segment, 2-day segment. I call How the Divisions Stack Up. And that's me using ESPN's Football Power Index, I guess, and a couple other ways in which I grade and evaluate teams, prospects, to see how the teams stack up division by division and which one's the best from the worst. So I got that coming up. I got scores from Major League Baseball, from the NFL preseason, from Little League World Series, WNBA, and of course we're going to start off with the news. First of all, again, for anybody who is just tuning in or who didn't catch the beginning, I am in West Side. West Springfield. West Side is the best side. Very nice over here. Was bothering my aunt and a couple of my cousins. And I did have intentions to come over here and shoot, so I did just that. I love the flowers behind me. Just to show you guys where I am, just to give you a bit of an idea. As soon as I'm done, I am headed that way. I'll go bother my aunt again. And hopefully we're going to have a good day. Hopefully she's going to cook or something like that. And maybe my skinny ass can sample the fare or get a take-home plate, something like that. Either way, we're on West Side for episode 139. Let's get into it, right? In the news, Hall of Famer Rod Gilbert, a.k.a. Mr. Ranger, dies at 80 years old, unfortunately. Don't know too much about him. I couldn't find enough as I was making the story, making this news highlight. But as you know, for everyone who's passed in the sports world, I want to give a moment of silence to Mr. Ranger. Alrighty, moving on to the next story. Hashtag Miggy500. Tiger slugger Miguel Cabrera is in the 500 home run club, and that was huge. Lately, the way Miguel's been playing has uplifted the Detroit Tigers. They've won like two of the last three, I believe. And they wouldn't have been able to do so if it weren't for Miguel Cabrera and that fucking bat of his. Congratulations. Miggy's a guy who's never, in my opinion, never cheated the game. I don't think he's ever been in the middle of a steroid scandal or anything like that. Just a good guy who plays baseball the right way. Shout out to Miguel Cabrera. I'm glad to see you in this club. Colts Carson Wentz and Ryan Kelly, guard tackle, and also, in my opinion, the league's greatest guard and Quentin Nelson have all returned to Colts practice. I know I broke a story to you guys not too long ago about Carson Wentz potentially being out for the first 3 or 4 months of the season. Well, looks like I was wrong with that. Him and the heavy hitters for the Colts have returned to practice. Ryan Kelly, as you know, I've had him as one of the best offensive linemen in football. Quentin Nelson's one of the best guards, and altogether, the Indianapolis Colts have one of the best lines in football. There's no other way to say it. Two-time WNBA MVP Elena Delle Donne has an amazing return: 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. She went off, and I expect Delle Donne to play a little bit more tonight. Get that rust off. However she's gonna do that. Good to see her back on the court. And the high school basketball power rankings for the girls' side. will be finished by today. Expect a video at some point with those released, as well as a fantasy minute. This is the second piece on fantasy football that I bring you guys, so expect that in a video later on today. But now, let's get into episode 139. And as you know, how the divisions stack up. Use the Football Power Index, as well as my basic knowledge on the divisions, or not basic, should I say, my knowledge on the divisions and on football and on all of these players, to come up with what I have for you. So, let's start. The NFC West, the Rams are 7th in the NFL, Niners 8th, the Seahawks 9th, and the Cardinals 21st. So this is how I have graded the NFC West as a whole. It wasn't particularly close for the top spot. The expected quarterback upgrade from Goff to Stafford makes the Rams the favorite to win the West, even though I have a place in my heart for the Arizona Cardinals. The Niners are 2 seasons removed from the NFC title game and can't possibly be doomed to repeat last year, can they? If so, they have insurance because Trey Lance has been balling out and playing very well this preseason, as I'll get into later in the scores, because he did have another courageous day. Seattle is Seattle, always in contention. They have the most accomplished coach / quarterback in the division. They're going to be perennial teams that make the playoffs. The Cardinals, don't forget they were 6-3. Strong playoff contenders following DeAndre Hopkins' absolute fucking ridiculous catch. That fucking Hail Mary against the Bills to seal the deal and bring the Cardinals a victory. It was ridiculous. A catch that I rewinded many a times. Maybe honestly it's something you guys should go look at as well. But that catch was amazing, to say the least. If not the Rams, the Cards win this division, with Seattle taking a backseat to everyone else, in my opinion. So that's what could happen. Moving on to the second division, I'm breaking down the AFC North. The Ravens, who are 4th in the league at 3.7 points. The Browns, 3.0. They're in 6th place. The Pittsburgh Steelers are taking a seat back this year. They're in 17th place, and the Bengals round out the division at 27th. So, yeah, I know the Steelers, Bengals, kind of, that little combo right there is not really working for most people, but that's honestly where they're going to fall. It's where it's going to happen, and I expect the Ravens and the Browns to make the playoffs, definitely. Am I saying that the Steelers are completely knocked out of playoff contention? No, but there is a chance for them to not even make it. The AFC is very competitive. And it goes a little something like this. The Ravens and Browns rank higher than any NFC West team, but the only 2 teams in top Football Power Index that did not win the division outright in 2020 were the Ravens and the Browns. The winner, the Pittsburgh Steelers, started lava hot, 11-0 if you guys do remember, but ran out of gas in the worst way, losing 5 straight, actually 6 straight. 5 regular season games, and then the 6th one they lost was to the Browns in the wild card game. Excuse me. As you know, the Cleveland Browns advanced and got their asses kicked by the Chiefs, who eventually got their asses kicked by the Bucs in the Super Bowl. This is gonna be I don't know. All right, so I got the Ravens and the Browns are definitely gonna make the playoffs. Steelers are my only question mark, and you guys already know how I feel about the Bengals. The Bengals are going to take a back seat. It's not their year yet, and they're continuously rebuilding, trying to make it there. I think next year the Bengals will have added enough to that roster to make you think, or to make one believe that they're actually going to have a winning season, but definitely not this year. Yeah, so Cincy fucks up the division's overall rating, but other than that, Cincy and Pittsburgh take a back seat this year. Moving on. Now I have the AFC East. The Bills, they're third in the NFL. The Pats, 10th. Dolphins, 11th. And the Jets are minus 4.9 points at 30th in the league. They are one of the worst teams in football. Granted, they played well against my Packers in the preseason. And they played well overall in the preseason. Much remains to be seen about them and what they can do offensively, and if teams can't already put them away after the first 3 or 4 drives. Like I said, remains to be seen. Zach Wilson is still my favorite quarterback coming out of this draft, and I believe he's gonna make strides and play well as a rookie. Is he gonna win? It's yet to be seen. Here's where you guys start to call me an idiot, if you haven't already. The AFC East overall football power index rating is behind that of the AFC West and the NFC South. Yet, the NFC South, which I'll bring up in tomorrow's show. Yet, I'm rating it above both of them. You don't agree, but I have my reasons. Fundamentally speaking, this division has more good teams than those two. Miami ranks third in FPI in the AFC East, but still higher than the second place teams in the AFC West and NFC South. I predict 3 teams with winning records coming out of this division. Pretty self-explanatory right there. Bills, Pats, and Dolphins, all I expect to make the playoffs in the AFC. So it kind of goes without saying. And finally, the last stop on our how the divisions stack up today is the AFC West. The Chiefs are number 1 in the NFL. The Chargers 7th. They're 0.1 points. Minus 0.2. The Denver Broncos slide in at 19th, while the Las Vegas Raiders are better than as predicted last year, but they are a measly 25th place, which means no playoffs. Here's my take on the AFC West as a division. The fall of the Chiefs division has to stop here, though it was close between this one and the one just below it. Kansas City is the number 1 team according to FPI by a smooth 1.3 points, 6.6 to 5.3 over the Tampa Bay Bucks, a team it lost to in the Super Bowl, and the top FPI team in offense by a healthy margin, which is my Packers. The Chiefs are 5.9 and my Packers are 3.2. Kansas City has been to the last 2 Super Bowls, lost an overtime AFC Championship game the season before that, before it went on the 2 Super Bowl runs. The quarterback, the league's best player, in my opinion. Why lie? The tight end, Travis Kelce, the league's best at tight end, and Tyreek Hill, who's arguably the league's best wideout. Andy Reid, who's one of the league's best coaches. This team is set up to win and win for a long time, and I believe the Chiefs will be back at the Super Bowl again this year to face my Packers and Aaron Rodgers. So there is how the divisions stack up. Let's get into some scores before I leave you guys. Major League Baseball, Mets beat the Dodgers 7-2. Giants over the Athletics 2-1. Philly beats San Diego 7-4. In 11 innings, Seattle beats Houston 6-3. Lost money on that. Yes, I did. Tampa Bay beats the Chicago White Sox 9-zip. In 11 innings, the Detroit Tigers take care of the Toronto Jays 5-3. Braves over the Orioles 3-1. And finally, the Indians beat the Angels 3-0. NFL preseason, Browns 17, Giants 10. Nothing flashy on the Browns side. Case Keenum goes 9 for 12, 74 yards, a touchdown and a pick. John Kelly rushes for 9 times for 58 yards and a score. And Kadero Hodge is the was a recipient of the passing touchdown from Case Keenum. 2 catches, 21 yards and a tud. The Giants 10, nothing really to think about over here. David Sills V had 3 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Brian Lewerke was 11 for 19, 108 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And that rounds out the Giants side. Excuse me, guys. San Fran 15, Chargers 10. My boy, Trey Lance, 8 of 14, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jimmy G was 3 for 6, 15 yards and a pick. Wayne Gallman II ran it 15 times for 72 yards. While Jermichael Hasty, 19 rushes, 58 yards. Not sure where those two fit in the San Francisco backfield, but they have got a running back stable. They've got running backs for years, for fucking years. Shout out to San Fran and how they draft, man. That is freaking awesome. Chargers, Easton Stick was 10 for 14, 85 yards, a touchdown. 3 rushes for 15 yards. And the Chargers scored a field goal in this game as well. That's NFL preseason. Now moving on to Little League World Series. 2 games were postponed here. Texas and Michigan, and Oklahoma and San Diego. But the games that didn't play, Hawaii killed New England 11-3, and California blanked Ohio 9-0. And those are your scores from the Little League World Series. Finally, with the WNBA, Los Angeles 86, New York 83, and Seattle 85, Washington 78. This happens to be the finale of episode 139 of 4-3 Sports Talk. Don't forget, we're on YouTube, and please subscribe to us over there. We're on Facebook as well. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Please let everybody know that we are the best sports show in Massachusetts and trying to be in the whole Northeast. Do not forget, tomorrow is episode 140. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a long one. I can't give out the location in which we are filming. It's going to be great. It's going to be big. And I'm pretty sure you're going to love it. So please do not forget to tune into that. I have another video getting ready to drop today. As you know, we promise extra content, and that starts today. So I love you all and wish you nothing but health, wealth, and success. This is Raheem Escalay with the 139th episode of 4-3 Sports Talk, signing out from West Springfield. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you later.